Welcome to This is Pikeville. Jimmy Taylor, Tourism Director for the City of Pikeville. This is when we sit down and we tell everybody the great things that are going on in the city. Despite the pandemic, despite having to shut down a lot of our events, we are still moving forward with a lot of great fun things that our community can get involved in, and we are going to outline those in the next few minutes. A little bit later on, we'll have Robin Irwin, who is the Executive Director of the Appalachian Center for the Arts. She's going to join us to talk about some fun things that she has going on. But first, let's talk about one of the newest offerings that we have for people who want to delve into the history of the city of Pikeville. And Pikeville has so much history. We know that. I don't think any of us realized how expansive this project and process would be when we started doing Pikeville History Moments.
I have lived here all my life and learned something new every time we do one of these videos. It's a great asset for not only the community, but for our tourists that come in and get to know our history. Like, just for instance, we just did a video on Daniel Boone. I had no idea that he made so many trips here during his time. I can count 13 at the most right now, just off the top of my head, and had no idea that he killed his first buffalo here.
Really?
His first buffalo in David, Kentucky. He passed through here from the breaks, went to David, Kentucky, wintered there for the year, and killed his first buffalo there.
Amazing.
I mean, I had no idea. I had no idea buffalo was even here.
I didn't either. One of the things that I think about the Pikeville History Moments that is so exciting is that, like you said, you've lived here all of your life. I'm an Eastern Kentucky native, have lived in Eastern Kentucky my entire life. There are so many things in so many areas that we don't go see or we don't participate in because we're here and they're readily available to us. So, you know, we just, I guess, have the mindset that we could go see a Hatfield McCoy site anytime, or we can, you know, travel down Main Street or go to the Poly Bridge anytime, but we don't make the time to do that. But our guests that are coming in, specifically in this part of the tourist season, because we know tourism looks a little different right now, they are able to really embark on a new adventure when they come in and learn so many wonderful things.
Absolutely.
One of the Pikeville History Moments revolved around Ellis Cotton Top Mounts.
Yes.
And that has been really popular. But, you know, the Day-Night Bank, you say that has become very popular
That
too.
has blown completely up. Most people here don't know that we had a bank right here on Main Street that stayed open 24 hours a day.
Would that be nice right now?
It would be nice, but it was to accommodate people on different shifts that work the coal mines and things of that nature, so they could do their banking when they got off work. So it was a great asset, I think, to the city.
I think
Had no idea.
No, I did not know that either. And I think a lot of people reflect back on those times and see how different it was in comparison to what we do now. And, you know, you had so many different workers doing so many different jobs, and now things have, you know, they've changed so much. So it's awesome to see where those places were and maybe what's in them today.
Or just think about how Daniel Boone came from North Carolina all the way through here, through the breaks, through to Prestonsburg, Kentucky, on foot. How long did that take? He wintered here.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people can do that?
You
had to be tough.
You had to be tough. A lot tougher than what we have today, I can assure
Absolutely.
you. So let's tell everybody how they can actually view these Pikeville History Moments, because they are all collectively in one place.
We do these every 2 weeks. You can always find them on Thursdays on our Facebook page, Pikeville City Tourism, or you can subscribe to our channel on YouTube. There's
been a lot of information that's gone out since they debuted on May 21st. And I know the group that does these specifically, we've got to give a lot of credit to Brad Sloane.
He writes every single script, and they're great.
He digs in. He has a lot of help from Reed Potter and Rusty Justice,
Absolutely.
who I refer to them as our area historians, and certainly Brad now has become one of those people. Not only is he our city engineer and deputy city manager, but I refer to him as our resident city historian.
So I'm going to tell you a little story about Brad Sloane, just so you'll know. On one of our stories about President Garfield being here in the city park, he actually called the presidential library, the Garfield Presidential Library, to get some of those facts.
Wow.
Yeah, when he does his research, he does his research.
He does, but the further we delve into these projects and see the next topic that's coming about, the information that is gathered to create those is just amazing.
It is time consuming. You wouldn't believe from 2 weeks to 2 weeks how much time actually goes into producing these videos. Pike TV does a great job with the scripts and making sure everything is right and the story goes. Ronnie is absolutely phenomenal when he narrates these. We can't thank him enough.
Can't thank Ronnie and David and Aaron. They put a great deal of work into these, and they're really exciting. And what I love is that they're going to live, forever in these moments that have been put together. Those history moments, and I think about right now where we have so many people. The largest part of the country really homeschooling their children or looking for new history lessons for their kids. And I think about how important it is for us to have these. So if your child sits down and watches a Pikeville history moment, then they can get in their car and go to the place where something actually took place and see how it is adapted today.
Back in my day, we used to have Kentucky history taught in school. They no longer do that. What an asset these would be to teachers as aides to show this is where you come from.
Absolutely.
This is what happened. I totally agree with that. And Brad's doing a great job with these scripts.
Yeah.
I can't say that enough.
Great job, and we look forward to them every couple of weeks coming out. One of the things that a lot of people have questions about, and we want to delve into this just a little bit, is the booking of our city facilities, because we know with COVID and the restrictions that we've been over for the last several months, we have had to close some of our city facilities for large group gatherings. But there are some options that people do have. It may not be an inside facility, but there are options that we're offering.
Right now, until the governor gives us the go-ahead, our community centers are closed. You can rent shelters 2, 3, and 4 at Bob Amos Park. Those are still open. Our city park is open, but the shelters are not because we're offering free Wi-Fi to students there. So we want to try to keep it as socially distant as we can to allow them that don't have readily internet at their home to be able to go on and do their classwork there in the park.
Yeah, let's talk about that for just a minute, because it's something that that is vitally important for our community members to know. The commission, when all of the reopening of schools started, decided that it would be important to open up some free Wi-Fi spaces within the city to accommodate our students who may not have Wi-Fi at home, who their service may be a little sketchy from time to time, but also a place for students and their families to get out of the house, go to a safe place, and do their lessons outdoors. So the decision was made to offer free Wi-Fi on the plaza at Appalachian Wireless Arena. There are some tables there that people can use, some seating, and then also in the city park on the benches, the shelters there, the gazebo. If you want to take a lawn chair maybe and sit, throw out a blanket and do your lessons there, that is just an opportunity to learn maybe a little differently, but get some fresh air while you're doing it. So
how great would it have been back in our day when we were going to school to be able to go outside and do your work there and not have to be in a classroom? I would have loved that.
Certainly, and we know that we're working remotely right now. City Hall is still closed to in-person visiting. The Office of Economic Development is also, but it gives us an opportunity too. If we need to do some work, take your laptop, take your device, head to the park, grab a cup of coffee at one of our new Faith Life Market downtown on Division Street, and do some work outside. It's really good for the soul.
It is.
But just as long as everybody knows, there's free Wi-Fi now being offered on the plaza at Appalachian Wireless Arena and in the parking lot just next to there, and in the city park. And if for some reason there's inclement weather and you try to go to the plaza, they're going to open up the lobby area of Appalachian Wireless Arena to accommodate those students that need to be there.
That's great news, yes ma'am.
Yeah, so use those facilities. Use them during the day, use them in the evening if you are trying to do your lessons at night. But we do want to invite everybody to do that.
7 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Absolutely, every single day. Let's talk about the RV park just for a minute and how enormously busy it has been. I've never seen it so full.
So our numbers from the state say that people are coming on short distance visits. So anywhere from 3 to 4 hours away. And our RV park surely reflects that. I mean, we've been booked solid for at least the last 3 months. And it has no end in sight. People are loving it. We offer, it's a full hookup RV park for only $25 a day. I mean, you can't beat the price either. It is. And people ask me all the time, are you sure that's the price? And yes, it is. Our city commission has done a great job keeping that price the same many years, and you can go away from here and that price is doubled, maybe even tripled sometimes for the services that we provide there.
Yeah, it's so nice to see those families coming in to take advantage of everything that we have in Pikeville. And while they're there, you have the Randy Jones Memorial Park, you have the track, you have the multi-use trails. Hiking season is upon us, so our trails, our hiking trails at Bob Amos Park are getting a little bit of a facelift right now because we know there's going to be a lot of people coming in to want to meander through the mountains to take pictures of those gorgeous fall leaves. And as they start to dot the mountainsides just a little bit, you can see the excitement start to build. So it's really a great time to be at the park, and we are looking forward to having some new guests in our area as people jump in those RVs and make those destinations a priority.
And what a great place the RV park is. You come up there and you can horseback ride, you can go tubing, you can go kayaking, you can do your physical fitness right there, all while being socially distant.
Yeah. Another great place for parents to get the kids out, and this is what I do with mine. She has her online lessons. She has a physical fitness component for her gym class. So she loves to go to the track at the top of Bob Amos and run around the track. She loves to get on the turf and do some gymnastics or do some lunges and things. It really is remarkable. I was just there yesterday and was able to look out, just kind of take a minute to see what's there. And we are very fortunate, very blessed to have those type of facilities in Pikeville, and a commission that encourages the building and the usage of those facilities too.
Absolutely.
So the website, say it again, or did you mention it?
Our website at visitpikeville.com.
Yes, visitpikeville.com.
Pikeville City Tourism on Facebook, Visit Pikeville on Twitter, and Visit_Pikeville on Instagram.
Lots of fun. You got all those things down pat. I mean,
Well, I try. That's my job.
in a perfect list there. Yeah, and don't forget, if you want to go kayaking in the river, which this time of year is where my favorite time comes because the leaves do start to change, or to horseback ride, 606-794-9881 is the number to call.
Dana's done a great job up there and offers all kinds of horseback riding. If you want to bring your child up and have them trained on a horse, you can actually do that as well.
I've done that.
She is absolutely phenomenal with it and loves kids.
Yeah, absolutely loves kids, and everybody there at the barn. They just make a great time for our kids to be there and learn about just how to be an equestrian, how to be a good leader, a good student. Lots of things can be done when you're in a barn and learn about animals and how you take care of something.
Absolutely.
One of our exciting projects, and you and I talk about this a lot, is our Trail Town certification that we're working toward right now. Some great events have happened and great events that are going to happen, but our Trail Town certification is vital to our tourism in the city of Pikeville and to our economic growth in our community. They go hand in hand.
It showcases our backyard.
It does showcase our backyard. And, Philip Ellswick, our city manager, mentioned that the river of Levice Fork is our backyard, and we need to take care of it. So you recently participated in a great river cleanup day.
We sure did. We had over 65 people show up, volunteers from UPike and our community. It was a great day. They got 3 truckloads of waste out of that river, and I couldn't believe that some of them had got some of the things that they did. Tires, pallets, you name it, it got took out of that river. It was a great event. We had a lot of fun. The kids that came up had a great time, and we're planning on doing this more than once. They want to volunteer. We want to get it clean. We want our backyard to look great for our visitors.
That's exactly right. One of the other things that we want to invite everyone to has been one of my favorite things that we've done in the last few months is our Drive Up Reels in the Hills movies.
What a success. I cannot wait for the next one. As the city manager said before, it's going to be Aladdin, Will Smith, brand new. We have well over 100 people, or I shouldn't say that, probably anywhere from 75 to 80 people show up, or 80 cars show up. And they do anything from tailgating and just having a family moment night. It's great. People love it. Appalachian Wireless Arena, they always come through with the food. What a great night. It
is, and what I love, and it's something that we did, we back it in, and you said a lot of people tailgate. If they bring a pickup truck, they can sit in the back of their truck. As long as they're socially distanced from anybody else, it's perfectly fine. They bring picnics. They go to the concession stand, and Wes does a great job with that from the arena. Just take time, turn your devices off, put the phone down and
Family
just
movie
sit
night.
with your family and
Yeah.
enjoy that time. Aladdin's coming up. Halloween is going to be a lot of fun. I know you were so excited when you said Halloween's on the 31st this year, or
On a
Halloween's
Saturday.
on a Saturday this year. The 31st is on Saturday, and we get to have
A double feature.
a double feature.
I can't wait. The first show is going to be Hocus Pocus. The second one, we're leaning more toward an adult-oriented movie. It'll probably be an older movie, something like Halloween, Friday the 13th, something like that. But it'll be more adult-oriented. That way that you can have your kids there too, and maybe after that movie you can have the adult-oriented movie.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. People making plans now for this October 31st.
October 31st.
And September 19th for
Absolutely.
Aladdin. A lot of fun. Let's mention quickly, Halloween brings one of the biggest events that we have in the city, and that's Nightmare on Main.
Nightmare on Main. This is the event that I look forward to every year. It's kids. Kids get candy. Kids have smiles. I love it. It's going to be a little bit different this year. We're going to have it all the way down Main Street. It'll be a drive-through event. So what you're going to do is you're going to start on Huffman Avenue, and you'll drive down Hambly. No, you're going to drive down Hambly to Huffman, and then drive through Main Street, where we'll have all of our vendors set up. We've got a lot of great people participating this year. City of Pikeville, of course, AT&T, Food City, Community Trust Bank, PMC. They're all going to be there this year. They've all confirmed, and it's going to be large. We can't wait.
It is going to be a lot of fun, and I look forward to seeing how it translates, taking it outside of the arena onto actual Main Street.
And if your business wants to participate,
Oh, yeah.
please call Andy Linton at 606-616-2824. He'd be happy to take your call, and we would love to have you participate.
You know what I love is that it gives us adults a chance to dress up and not to have to worry about, like, if we have always loved Halloween but you really didn't want to dress up, now it gives you a great excuse.
It does.
Especially if you have a business and see the kids light up. That's what it's all about, especially this year where things are totally different than they ever were before. Jimmy, we are going to invite Robin Irwin to join me in just a few moments to talk about some of the great things going on at the Appalachian Center for the Arts. But I do want you to give the tourism website one more time so everybody can know where to find all of our events.
Visit Pikeville.com on Facebook, or visit Pikeville.com on the web. Pikeville City Tourism on Facebook. Visit Pikeville on Twitter and Instagram.
All the social media outlets covered.
Download our app as well.
That's right. That's right. And we hope soon to be able to open our city facilities up to be able to book more parties for you.
Absolutely.
And we'll be the first to let you know.
Absolutely.
Jimmy.
Jill, thank you for having me.
Thanks so much. Welcome back into This is Pikeville. We are talking now with Robin Irwin, who is the Executive Director of the Appalachian Center for the Arts. And Jimmy has stepped away for just a moment, Robin, so we can talk about some exciting things going on at the app, as we refer to it. Thanks
Yes,
so much for
indeed.
being here. Unfortunately, we talk a lot about the cancellations that we've had to have because of COVID, and that has directly affected the app. But kudos to you for finding creative ways to keeping people engaged. And I love story time that you do with our kids via your Facebook page and some other classes that are going to be offered. We'll talk about those in just a moment. But first, I want to talk about National Arts in Education Week that is going on now.
Yes, it is a national initiative of the Department of Education and several national arts organizations, the NEA, Americans for the Arts, and it's really just a call to arms, or rather a call to all of the creativity just in children everywhere and in adults everywhere. You know, a lot of times everyone forsakes well, they're all grown up, so no arts for them. But it's education and art go hand in hand. And the initiative is celebrating what the arts can do for education, and it's really significant.
It really is, and it's such an outlet for so many people, not just our youngsters,
Yes.
but our teenagers, our young adults, even adults too. I mean, we all need to have that outlet of expression that, especially now when it's vitally important because of the way and the time that we're living in.
Yes.
But you're partnering with the Y to do some really cool things.
We are. The YMCA, we are partners with them. Shelley Justice Fouts and I, we just were like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Well, we should get together. So Eric and I, my husband, the Director of Education and Outreach, we did some trainings of Y staff this summer. The teachers, all the teachers, we did several trainings on character development and to gird them up and ready them to with feedback techniques and such to really give them agency to work with the kids. And you know, all of the feedback that we've gotten has been, it's unbelievable the results they had, and they were just fewer meltdowns, just everything was smoother. So this next offering, we're doing arts and education classes, so 4 to 8 and 9 to 14 up at the Y every day this week, and just exposing kids and playing theater games with them and designing. They're making a prop. Shannon is a prop master, and she's going to have them make a big piece of pie out of sponge and melty stuff, and it looks like a piece of pie. And that tactile experience is very personal and for them.
So how can people find out about future classes that you might offer?
Well, they just went live, our classes. You can go to the Appalachian Center for the Arts, our website, www.theapparts/ or theapparts.org/education, and all the classes are there. And we have the whole new ticketing system and registration for classes. It's much easier than it used to be. They'll do it all through our portal, and put their name in and put their kid in and put their allergies in, and
It's good to go.
good to go.
Good. Well, a lot of people I know have looked for different outlets for their kids.
Yes.
In the time that we're living, and as far as if you homeschool or if you're doing a little bit of virtual learning right now. So this is a great opportunity, and certainly more opportunities will present themselves. Charlotte's Web will be on demand this time. So talk
Yes.
about how people can still participate and watch.
Yes, of course. Now, this is one of those casualties of COVID that we had 8 sold-out shows of Charlotte's Web scheduled with children from 3 states coming in March. And they were like, nope, you're canceled. And so I was like, what can we do with this? And we sort of had to go in quarantine. Well, we did go into quarantine. And then we were cleared to do a public performance outside at the Appalachian Wireless Arena on their plaza. And we did 2 performances, and it was socially distanced, because it's not only the attendees, our customers and our guests, who we are concerned with their health, which we are always concerned with their health, but the actors, the performers. So they were all socially distanced, and we rehearsed in masks except for when we performed, and they were, again, socially distant. I restaged the whole show to be, they were anywhere between 6 and 10 feet from each other. So from that, we concluded that we had to record it for schools, because they shouldn't be deprived of seeing it. And so it's recorded, it's edited, and with a study guide complete. Charlotte's Web is a beloved book. It's like been around for 80 years, and it's a timely tale. It's still about friendship and loyalty and getting past your expectations. And boy, I don't know about you, but that's what we all are doing right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we're going forward with that.
A couple of different things that are actually going to happen, and they've been moved from the app to the arena to allow for social distancing guidelines. Yes. But you have Kevin Prater and the Cleverleys. They're going to have great shows, and then Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes. Kevin Prater is a local fella, but he has traveled internationally as a bluegrass artist, his band, and he's been in the business for 40 years, so he's sort of a staple. he's part of the Pickin' and Grinnin' contingent, and which we can't have yet, at least inside. And so that is October 3rd. And then the Cleverleys are so stinking funny. Just look at our website. I put Hillary put apple bottom jeans on the website today, and it's so funny. And they're comedians who happen to be world-class musicians.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Yes, and then the sort of wacky offering is in accordance with the Appalachian Wireless Arena and Pikeville City Tourism. We're going inside for a grown-up evening. You must be 18 to come to this event. We're offering Rocky Horror Picture Show with a live shadow cast. And it's not for everyone. You have to be a grown-up, but it is celebrating its 45th anniversary. It's at 8:30, and again, you can get your tickets at theapparts.org/tickets, and it's selling like hotcakes, and it's $15.
So that is a great night for adults. And like I've said before, Rocky Horror Picture Show has such a following.
Yes, it's a
has
cult
for
following,
years.
yes.
Yeah, so that should be a fun night. The last thing we are going to talk about in our time together is the Abba Workshop.
Yes, we're hosting the Abba Workshop. Actually, is a Zoom workshop, and that's a collaboration between the downtown and sort of this arts initiative, incentive plan. And, I want to emphasize that no one thinks like, well, here, this is what we're going to do. We know what's best for you, Pike County, Pikeville, East Kentucky. And I think there's just a long history of that. And it's the Berea Air Workshop, and this is an Abba Workshop. It's a product of Berea, and because they really want to help everyone make the world a place that is artful and beautiful. And so ABBA stands for Art Builds Business, Business Art. And the two really have more in common than anyone would think. There's really the art of the deal, the art of business, how you do things. It's not like you paint or you dance. That's great and that's wonderful. That's studio practice. But there's artful ways to creatively, the creative economy. And that's how we're sourcing the community, how business people and arts can really work together to create and come up with projects or initiatives. So it's from the ground level, and I find, and they find, and this has been very successful, and Ruthie Caldwell is one of the facilitators. I came to the point, I'm like, I can't do it, Ruthie. And she's like, I'm going to get trained. And I said, you're awesome. That is great. And she's just taken she's brilliant, and she's a volunteer on Minta Trimble's board. So it's really about sourcing the community for what needs to happen with art and business and art and creative placemaking. So it's really embryonic, but it's step one on this journey. And then there's a bigger workshop, a longer workshop. That's a 3-day commitment, and that's the Air Shift Workshop, where the whole community weighs in and gets. It's about creating a wave, and that it's an opportunity to weigh in and be integral and a part of what is happening in East Kentucky.
Sounds like an exciting time.
It really is.
And you're going to be able to gather a lot of different information to create more offerings and to more community involvement as we move forward with what we have as a big arts initiative now going on in the city of Pikeville. So thank you for your time. We're so glad that you were able to join us today to update everybody on what is happening at the Appalachian Center for the Arts. And hopefully next time we meet, we'll be able to announce some live shows that we have and some more offerings for our kids. But in the meantime, you're doing a great job. And like I said, I love the story time that you do on your Facebook pages. So that's a lot of fun for our kids too. Robin Irwin, Executive Director, Appalachian Center for the Arts. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Jill.
This is Pikeville. Thank you so much for being here.